Hi guys, and welcome back to this journey towards excellent exam results. In these shorter revision videos, we are going to be breaking down different concepts within the GCSE Geography specification. The aim of this is to help us understand the concepts better and to give us the information and confidence we need to answer examination questions. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the types of plate boundaries. This information is relevant for all the GCSE Geography specifications. Okay, let's get started. So the next thing we'll talk about are the Earth's tectonic plates. So we have a map here that shows those plates. And as we can see, there are two types of plates. We have the plates that occur over land or that form on land, like the African plate here, the Eurasian plate, the North American plate, and the South American plate. So these continental plates are 30 to 50 meters thick and are made from granite, which is a low density rock. And these ones are a lot lighter. These are continental plates are compared to the oceanic crust. The oceanic crust obviously is forming under the oceans. So examples here would include the Pacific plate that you can see here. You have the Nazca plate and so on. Pacific plate, Nazca plate and so on. And these are a lot denser than the continental plates and are 6 to 8 meters thick. Now, as we said before, these plates are on the lithosphere, obviously, and are being moved by convection currents within the mantle. So they are moving in different directions. And as you can see here, there are arrows that are showing the different directions in which the different plates are moving. So the Nazca plate, for example, is moving towards the South American plate. And then here the Pacific plate seems to be moving away from the Nazca plate. So that is what leads to or determines the different types of plate boundary that we are going to be talking about briefly. So those types of plate boundaries are convergent plate boundaries. And convergent plate boundaries are where two plates are moving towards each other. So an example of that is the Nazca plate here that is moving towards the South American plate. As you can see here, the South American plate is moving this way and the Nazca plate is moving towards it here. Then we also have divergent plate boundaries, which is where plates are moving away from each other. So an example of that is the Pacific plate here and the Nazca plate. So those are moving away from each other, and that is forming a constructive plate margin that we shall talk about a little later on. Then we also have conservative plate boundaries, and at conservative plate boundaries, the plates are trying to slide past each other. So from the different types of plate movement that we have just talked about, we get four types of plate boundaries or plate margins. And the first one we'll be talking about is a destructive plate margin. So here, as we can see, we have two plates and one of them is continental. So this plate here is a continental plate. And this here is an oceanic plate. You can see that the ocean is just above it. And they are at a convergent plate boundary. So they are moving towards each other. And as they do that, because the oceanic plate is a lot heavier and denser than the continental plate, like we had mentioned before, that oceanic plate is going to subduct or, sort of sink below the continental plate, and it goes underneath it, and as it does that, it's likely to cause, the friction that it's going to cause is likely to lead to earthquakes. And also because it's sinking towards the asthenosphere, so the upper mantle, where the temperatures are fairly high. We said that the temperatures in the upper mantle are around 1,300 degrees Celsius, meaning that that plate is going to begin to melt. And as it melts, it's going to add a lot more magma or molten rock in the mantle, and that is likely to lead to the mantle having a lot more pressure. Now that pressure could be released eventually in the volcanic eruption here. And the type of eruption that is likely to take place here is one that is very, very explosive, because the magma that we get in these types of plate boundary is normally very high in silica content, and therefore is very thick and viscous, and also very, very explosive. And because it's thick and viscous, the lava that comes up to the surface, well, once the magma is on the surface and is now lava, the lava is not going to flow over very long distances because of its thickness. And that will lead to what are referred to as composite volcanoes, which are quite steep. So this here, for example, is a composite volcano. So the second type of plate margin is a collision plate margin, and this also is happens at a convergent plate boundary, where two plates are moving towards each other. But in this case, it's not a continental and oceanic crust or plate that are moving towards each other. Instead, there are two continental plates that are moving towards each other. Now, because they are both the same density or a similar density and weight, they are going to push towards each other, and the land in between them is going to push upwards. So that buckling upwards and pushing up is going to form fold mountains. An example of fold mountains that have been formed in this way are the Himalayas. And at these plate boundaries, we get earthquakes, and then obviously fold mountains as well. So the third type of plate margin is a constructive plate margin. So these also happen at, well, these happen at a divergent plate boundary. And in this case, as you can see here, there are two plates, they are moving away from each other. So it's a divergent plate boundary. Now, as they move away from each other, they normally will create some space or a gap in between them. And as a result of that, magma will well up from the interior of the earth or from the mantle and find its way to the surface. Now, when that happens, it normally will form a shield volcano. And the reason for that is because the lava that is coming from below the surface is basaltic lava, right? Which is likely to be thin and runny. And because it's thin and runny, it's going to flow over longer distances. And due to that, it's going to form a gently sloping volcano. And that is why we call them shield volcanoes, because they are not as steep-sided as the composite volcanoes that we saw at a destructive plate boundary. So at a constructive plate boundary, we will normally have shield volcanoes, and we will also get earthquakes because of that earth movement or plate movement. So the fourth type of plate margin is a conservative plate margin, and this happens at a conservative plate boundary, which is where you have two plates that are sliding past each other. So trying to slide past each other. So they could either be trying to slide past each other in different directions, or sometimes they could be moving in a similar direction but at different speeds. Now, as they try to slide past each other, sometimes they are likely to get stuck. And because they are still trying to push past each other, pressure is likely to build up. Now, that pressure will be released suddenly at the focus of the earthquake below the ground, which is where the rock would give way. And as a result of that sudden release of that pressure that had been building up, seismic waves are going to be transmitted towards the surface, where they will reach the epicenter, which will be right directly above the focus on the ground. And those vibrations caused by the seismic waves are then going to impact on the surrounding area on the lithosphere. So at conservative plate margins, we will get those earthquakes. That brings us to the end of this video on why tectonic plates move. I hope that you have found the information insightful and useful. I have also done a video on convection currents and how they cause plate movements and hotspots. It will be linked in the description below, and it will also pop up as a suggested video at the end of this one. Thanks once again for joining in this journey towards excellent exam results. All the best and see you again soon. Bye-bye.